Hi guys, this is Melissa from the House of Plaid Fuzz, and today I'm going to walk you through setting up my financial planner for the month of August. Alright, if you guys have followed me for a while, you know that I use the Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly Planner. There's like crayon on it. For our family budget. I got this cover for it, which I love. I think that's super cute. And I feel like that way my husband, if he wants to look at it, doesn't feel like he's, you know, getting into my personal planner or anything. Not that he couldn't, but, you know, guys are funny about things when there's like pink and stickers and things on it. So anyway, let's flip over to August. Normally when I do these videos, I have a debt snowball update for you. I don't have one today just because I forgot to get the total for my husband's car. So I'm not sure where we sit number-wise on that. So hopefully I'll update you soon. Like I said, this was not going to be a pretty update anyway, just because last month we kind of had an incident where we had to put some stuff on our credit card, which is going to set us back a couple months in paying off our debt, but not a big deal. So I'll just walk you through kind of how I set my planner up here. First of all, on this monthly view, this is where I go through and write out my bills on what day they're due or what paycheck we're gonna pay them out of. I just use these old plain stickers that come in the back of every Erin Condren planner, or they used to anyway. And you know, no real rhyme or reason to it. I guess I kind of try to coordinate color to month or whatever, but I think this month I'm gonna use kind of this, I don't know if it's a melon or whatever, but August is kind of more of a yellow goldenrod-y color, but I don't know. I guess it is really yellow in here. Maybe we'll do purple instead because that will coordinate. If only I worried this much about like spending the money, I wouldn't have to do this. All right, so I will kind of reference back. I have these tabs, which I got from Erin Condren that I put in. The planner does not come with these tabs. I added those separately. But we'll flip back to July, and that way I can just kind of write down what specific bills we have. I just put a little checkbox, and then what it is, like our cell phone bill, that is gonna be on a different day. Oh, perfect, it'll fall on a payday. And these are just the bills I like to pay out of the paycheck. The only downside to using this method is like I can only fit 2 things per sticker. So I guess my writing's just a little too big. So I'm gonna have to put 2 stickers on that first week. Let's see where August is, where that falls, the 18th. And then I have a couple things that are like an auto pay. Like our internet bill. So that has to be on its own specific day. And it just happens to be the day that my credit card is due, which is not an auto pay, but generally throughout the month, if we have any extra money, I make a payment on it anyway. So like my payment for August is already made because I put some extra money down on it. So I just put that on the odd day with the internet. All right, so there we have that. I'm gonna go in and put these then on the days. My husband gets paid on Friday, and I budget kind of off of his paychecks because he is kind of the main breadwinner at this point in our family. I'm using my Erin Condren dual tip marker for the first time on these stickers. So I'm not sure if it smears. I'm trying to be a little bit careful. But anyway, so then he gets paid on Fridays. Like I said, these bills are kind of a one-off. But so then my pay is very irregular because I am self-employed 100%. And you know, I am a hairstylist, I'm a blogger. Oh yeah, I did goof these up. Oopsie. I'm used to 5 weeks in in July. Unfortunately, we don't have that in August. I gotta bump these up a week, or technically nothing would be late if I left it as is, just because I like to pay things early. So like our mortgage payment and things like that aren't due until the 1st, but I would prefer to have them paid at least the week before. Eventually we'd like to be a month ahead, but we feel like right now any extra money is better just put towards our debt snowball. So there, that is more like it. And then as I pay these bills, I will just check them off. So then on these pages, what I do over here, I write how many weeks in the month. Okay, and then what I'll do on these lines is I will write like my husband's paycheck and the amount, and then any income I have coming in. That just helps me get a better idea of what I'm actually bringing in. Like I said, just because my income is so incredibly irregular, it's very hard to track, especially when you're not a natural born bookkeeper. So, oh, and I usually write income up here. This is using kind of the fatter tip, the medium tip. I was using the fine tip for the others. So on this page, I like to go in and write my sinking funds out. I don't get too decorative, but we'll give it a little color. All right, yeah, that's super exciting. But, and then what I will do is just go through and write out all of the categories that we put money aside for sinking funds, just because then I can track as they are funded throughout the month. Okay, so there are all of our sinking funds, and then I will go in and write out like my target amount that I want to put in these funds, and then as I fund them, I will write them out over here too. I'm just gonna go over really quickly. I get a lot of questions about like what categories should you have for sinking funds. Well, it's gonna be personal to you, but I'll just tell you what we have. We have one for pets. I never wanna be one of those people that, you know, I mean, we feed our dogs high quality food. You know, if they ever need a trip to the vet, I never wanna be one of those people that can't adequately take care of my pet because I don't have the money, because I'm a crazy dog lady. But anyway, so we do save for that, and we save a pretty significant amount every month, which came in handy because they just had to have their yearly shots and things like that. And it was more expensive than me going to the doctor. So household, I just like to put a little money in there. Sometimes things come up like, you know, you need a new garbage can or something like that. I don't put a lot of money into that, but it's just nice not to have to take from, you know, like a grocery fund or something like that. So Young Living, I put in my Young Living order, which I get a paycheck from them that covers it, but I'm trying to, like I said, be a little better with my bookkeeping and just count that as an expense. And then when I get the income, just roll it into my income. Cosmetics, yes, I have my own fund for makeup. I guess God bless my long-suffering husband. I think eventually he'd like to add one of his own categories in here too, so I won't be able to say too much. Medical, like I go to the chiropractor every 2 weeks and pay cash for that. Clothing is self-explanatory. Gifts, Christmas comes on the same day every year, so you should be saving for it. Vacation, this fund also includes, my stepsons live 14 hours away, so when we drop them off or pick them up, we rent a car, and you know, it's kind of a significant cost for gas and things like that. So our vacation is generally spent that way, but we did take a couple little like weekend trips this year, so that was nice because we saved ahead. Education, this one's gonna be big this month as my daughter goes back to school. In high school, they give them a laptop and make you pay through the nose for it. Auto maintenance, the must-have. Like if I saved for nothing else, that has saved my bacon more than once, having a little money in there. We just put new tires on my husband's car kind of unexpectedly, and boy, that helped having basically all the money in the bank already. Home maintenance, you know, if you're a homeowner, that is also a must-have. Like just things blow up, they do, and it's like, you know, I'd like to paint my kitchen. And you know, that little 40 bucks here, 40 bucks there adds up. So we do have a fund for that. Licensing, this would encompass like our car licensing. The state we live in, it's fairly expensive to license a vehicle here. Plus I include my professional licensing in that. Auto insurance. I just renewed our auto insurance, and you know, we've only been back on this bandwagon for a few months, and boy, I had just literally almost to the penny, just enough in our sinking fund, and I tell you what, that felt good not to have to scramble just to be able to make the payment. We pay it every 6 months. So Amazon Prime, that one, I mean, it's only $99 a year. I only put, you know, like what, 10 bucks a month in there, but it's just something that I found myself kind of like, oh crap, you know, it's an extra $100 this month. So I started a sinking fund for it. Warranties, we renew our homeowner's warranty, and we also bought like the extra insurance on our like water main and stuff coming to the house, just because I've known way too many people that had a water main blow up. We live in a town with really old infrastructure, so I felt that that was money well spent. Taxes, since I am self-employed, I pay quarterly sales tax, plus we always get a big chunk bitten out of our rear ends at the end of the year. So we're trying to put a little money aside for that. Eating out, spending money, and then like furniture replacement. We aren't really looking to replace any furniture right now, but I just put a small amount in there every month, because, you know, eventually we would, you know, things wear out. That's, you know, tastes change and you want new stuff. That's just the way life goes. So, okay, then over here in this column, I just kind of write out, like, I don't consider like food a sinking fund. So I budget like $400 a month for that. So every week when I take that $100 out, I will check out like our bills, which, I mean, I have them written out on this page as well, but just for me, it's helpful to see it just written out like this, like, okay, every paycheck, check something off. Did I forget anything? So I won't bore you with that, but I do go through and write that out. And like our gas money, that's not a sinking fund. But I do the same with food. I take, you know, I divide it into 4 and take it out every week and then just check it off as we go. So that's just a quick overview of how I set up my financial planner. This has been so helpful. Like, I feel like I've really struggled with the way I've tried apps. I've tried everything to track our finances, and like this method finally works with my brain. Like, I finally have it. Eventually I would like to put it into like maybe an Excel spreadsheet or something like that, but for now, just writing it down on paper has worked great. And really what's nice is at the end of the year, you know, like I said, I got a custom cover for this that says 2017. I can put this in a box and we will have our financial records just all in one planner. And there's also, like, there's a folder in the back. You could put receipts or whatever if you were like that organized. I'm obviously not, and I don't get super decorative with this. I don't, you know, use a lot of stickers or anything like that. Some people do. It's just whatever works for you, but this has been working great for us. So I hope that maybe gives you some inspiration. You don't have to have an Erin Condren planner. You could write this in a 99-cent notebook. Just the most important thing is to get yourself on a budget and write it down before, you know, before August. So if you haven't started, it's not too late. You know, sit down and write yourself out a budget. So I'm going to leave a few links below. I'm going to leave my Erin Condren referral link if you would like to pick up one of these planners. They just came out with the new version, which I have not seen yet, but the paper on the new planners is amazing. So anyway, if you use my referral link, it will give you $10 off. I'll leave links to my social media and all that good stuff below. I often post updates of my planner and my budget planner on Instagram and whatever. So, and if you don't already subscribe to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And I'd love to hear in the comments below kind of just like, how do you track your finances, or do you track them at all? So let me know, guys. Thanks for watching and have a great week.